At the end of the day, how important is getting a Conor fight eventually to you?
Conor who? I mean, the guy's not in the picture. I mean, straight up. I mean, bless his heart, he's made his money, he's doing his thing, he's got an education for his kid. That's what we all want, right? I would hope. Shake your heads, yes or no. Yeah, yes. Right. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do the camera again. But that's what I'm saying. So what it is paying forward. And with Conor, he's influenced a lot of fighters, man. Fighters that I look up to. Roy Jones Jr. Liking and commenting on his stuff. That's cool, man. That's dope. But it's taken a lot of work to get there. Not just this. It's taking work. You had to earn it. So like I said, the game genie part, yeah, that might be the way that it is because, yeah, with that much loot, what are you going to do now? You're going to go back to a sport where you have to bleed? No, take care of yourself, man. Really, go do your thing. If you have to hype it up and you want to come back because that's the sport and the athlete in you, the guy that I met at Paradigm Sports, when I shook his hand, and I said, you better stay at 145. Because at 55, we're going to have problems. He's nowhere to be found. Straight up. So if he wants to come back, that's great. But my concern is not him. It's the next person in line. You heard a lot of good wrestlers say that. I forget one of the dudes said the quote, and I was like, man, that must be a great coach because they must have got that either from Dan Gable or somebody awesome back in the day. You don't look at the next person in the bracket. That goes for any sport you play. You look at the one at hand, and you don't look what color or whatever they're wearing. At the end of the day, we all bleed red. And that's what I see. So when I'm looking through my opponent, I'm not looking past him. That's my quote.
So he is obviously, though, a huge payday for anyone, right? So a lot of people looking for money fights now, a lot going on. So where do you see yourself? Because arguably, like I said before, you fought most of the guys in the division currently. Are you a guy looking for money fights? Are you looking for what excites you? What would give you a challenge? Who would be somebody that you would love as a dream matchup?
GSP.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I signed up for in the beginning. I was 170 pounds. 155 was forced on me. I mean, that a forced move, right? The ultimate reality, then that's not the end result. 170 pounds, where I have 12 fights. A GSP match, I mean, really, he wants a money fight, but he's an athlete. We all have to pay bills. You gotta pay your taxes. Pay your taxes, fuckers. And straight up, pay attention. Because when you're not doing it, you're not paying attention, you're going on just fighting for money fights, you forget. And this thing starts getting luster. It starts losing, it's not luster, it becomes tarnished. It starts losing that. That's why I think a lot of my fans are real and they're hardcore. And I dig it because not only is that just cool for me, it's cool for them to be able to start fighting back towards my other things. And they're nice. They're nice about it most of the time. They're not assholes. And they have fun with it. And it's a lot of them, they get my intellect and they get my wit. And when they do, I'm like, I like it. And I put that funny face. So if those people aren't calling me cringe, that's chill. I don't mind it because that's what gives me like the inspiration to keep opening up a little bit here and there, to let a little bit here and there out there. Why? Because man, you guys are mean sometimes, like straight up, harsh. I hear the SB Nation and all these Bleacher Reports and like these writers are out there doing all these things, and I'm like, why do you got to be a dick?
Harsh to you or just harsh in general?
Just harsh in general to people. And I just kind of like, well, with me, I've heard it before, but I have tough skin. I don't really get cut too often. I don't really bruise too easy because I've been tattered and torn my whole entire life. I fight with a passion, man, and that's for a reason.